maybe I'll just start with a song. I wanna know what's going on. I wanna love like there's nothing wrong. And the news unfurling, and the wind keep whirling, and the devil's learning, and he's teaching hate. So where we day, we out here. Where we day, we out here. Where we day, we out here. And we keep on fighting, and we keep on fighting. Me want get free from the liars lying with the sheep, and the lions trying to defeat with some inner learning. There's no sleep, 'cause the world keep burning. Where we there, we out here. Where we there, we out here. Where we there, we out here. And we keep on fighting, make we keep on fighting. Woo, woo. Good morning, everybody. Everyone doing all right? Good. Woo, 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 woo. Where we there, we out here. Where we there, we out here. Where we there, we out here. And we keep on fighting, make we keep on fighting. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, as much as this presentation is going to be about me and my experience, it's important to note, and it's important for me to let you know that I feel that I'm part of a bigger story, right? Some may call it a timeline, right? Some may call it a continuum, an arc. But we're all part of this bigger story of a world that is rapidly changing and has been rapidly changing in the last 100 years, right? So to properly contextualize everything and to bring everything into focus, I think I need to at least go into the past a little bit. I'm going to go back 70 years and explain how I got here, how I ended up at Selwyn House School, and what that really means. So let's go back in time right now. So this is 1960s Jamaica.
One good thing about music when it hits you.
So the images you're seeing are James Bond's Jamaica, right? This mythical Jamaica. This place of laughter and life and love. But this is post-war. So, coming off of 300 years of slavery and 100 years without self-determination, my grandmother had a choice. She had to make a choice to go out and find a better life for her family. So she took a leap. And she was part of a generation that was known as the West Indian Domestic Scheme generation. See, the government of Canada put in a program because there was a vast labor shortage after World War II, right? So the economies were growing, the baby boom was happening, and my grandmother had to leave the poverty and the turmoil that was in Jamaica to go find a better life. As beautiful as the landscape was, the socio-economic situation there was far from perfect or beautiful or sunshiny. So, like many other women in that generation, she came to Canada to work as a domestic worker, working in the houses of people whose grandchildren I would eventually go to school with, right? And in this scheme, the Canadian government said, hey, once you work here for a couple of years, you can become a citizen, and then you can bring over your relatives. So this is what the West Indian domestic scheme was. So that's one side of my family. That's the Jamaican side of my family. But in the backdrop of the change, in the changing continuum and social change and economic change, my father was born, right? So this is Quebec City in the 1940s and 50s. And he grew up against the backdrop of the civil rights movement, okay? So he was one of the only black guys in Quebec City at the time. No surprise. It's okay, you can laugh. So his parents, his dad was actually from the South in the United States, and his mom was Quebecoise. And they met in jazz-era New York, you know? So we all know relationships are really hard, right? So imagine being an interracial couple in the 1940s. Didn't really work out so great. So my father ended up coming back to live with his French-Canadian family here in Montreal. So this is the church where my grandparents got married. They couldn't even find a church in the United States at the time that would marry them, so they had to come to a black congregation in Montreal to get married. So just to make that a little bit more clear, here's a little family tree. Okay, so you see my grandmother and grandfather were Jamaican, and my grandfather on my dad's side was American, and his mother was French-Canadian. And there's my mom and dad, and there's me. I don't know, how did I end up here? So education was profoundly and fundamentally tied to prosperity in their minds. My grandmother knew this. On both sides, my grandparents knew this. And what they did was they worked hard and made sure that their children went to school. So my mom and my dad were the first people in their families to go to university, right? So just like their parents, my parents decided, you know what? To give my son the best start possible in life, we want to send him to the best school possible, right? So this is how I ended up in Selwyn House. For many young men, art is seen as feminine. But I believe that music can open up their eyes and open up their perspectives. When I was going to school at Selwyn, I was an athlete first. But then over time, I was exposed to the arts in school through a class called Media and Communications. And that sort of lit a flame in me. It got me going in a different trajectory. So I was an athlete. I struggled academically, coming from a public elementary school and coming in grade 7. I had to really work hard. Eventually, I graduated with honors, but it was a hard-fought battle. There were challenges at the time, of course. Sports was my first escape, but then I found the arts, and I found music, and I began to experiment with it, and that became my escape. You know, you struggled with issues of race, issues of class, but music was slowly becoming my refuge. In fact, I was so intent on learning about the arts that I would lose track of time. There's this class, Media and Communication, my teacher, Mr. Bedard, he's here somewhere. He probably has a camera on him. There he is back there. He introduced us to the first, this is the YouTube generation before YouTube existed, right? So we would make these little clips and music and add music to them. And I would become so immersed in the process that I would forget that I was an athlete. I would be there after school working, and then look at my watch and think, oh my gosh, I missed the bus for my basketball game. So that happened a couple of times, and the coaches weren't too pleased because I was pretty good at basketball at the time. So expect the unexpected. Going through life, we all know that we're throwing curveballs all the time. And part of the mission here today is for me to explain how art can help prepare us for the curveballs in life. How art can help us think laterally, critically, and on a more human level. So that class, Media Arts and Communication, led to me going on to study arts and communication in CEGEP. CEGEP is basically like prep school, if you're from the States. It's just one step before universities. So I went on to study that in college. But then something happened. When I was 18 years old, I was diagnosed with a rapid and highly aggressive form of cancer. And it was during this time that I really dove into music and truly immersed myself. I used it as a tool for healing, but also as a tool for communication, right? To help me express how I was feeling about the uncertainty of my past and my dreams of the future. Turning of the tide, clouds delay the sun, shifting of the wind, we shall overcome. I could see you dancing in the rain. 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 The night air filled my lungs with despair. It disappeared, and it was clear. We are the sum of the rejection of our fears, so I stand up like a room with no chairs. See, I'm alive now. I was so dead. What they call that? Resurrected. Beat banging like the top of your forehead. Flowing like I definitely need D-pens. 2004, I died then. 2010, I was born again. And like the pavement, I put my soul to it. I shaved off my braids. I couldn't let the chemo do it. And it feels like yesterday when I'm clutching a pen. And it's hard to believe that it's now when that was then. And this reality is such a paradox. Like your keys inside with the doors locked. Turning of the tide, clouds delay the sun, shifting of the wind, we shall overcome. I could see you dancing in the rain. 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 I got the meanest demeanor upon the meter, kid. The kilometers of feeded could never feed me with the knowledge and wisdom I need to feed my seed with. Sometimes I wonder how mommy and daddy handled it. I try to ground myself with some understanding, but like the universe, my thirst keeps expanding and life gets more demanding. I try not to panic, but I get stopped cold like Titanic and Atlantic. 'Cause yesterday was hard, don't mean tomorrow's soft. I treat my demons like my dandruff, try to brush it off. But I feel a part of me is now in the grave. And you can see it every day in how I behave. People say I'm brave. I don't know if it's true. I feel ancient, but people say I sound new. I heard my calling. Glad I answered you. Now it begs the question, what we gonna do? Turning of the tide, clouds delay the sun, shifting of the wind, We shall overcome. I could see you dancing in the rain. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much. So I use music to communicate, right? And I come from a long tradition of using music as a tool for healing, communication, and bringing people together. As a tool for resistance. That reggae you heard at the beginning of the presentation, that Sunshine Beautiful sound, and all those songs. It's a celebration, but it's mourning at the same time. We all use music. How many people use music here when they're feeling low to pick up their spirits? By a show of hands, right? Right? How many people use music to calm themselves down when they're feeling too agitated or excited? Or you scream at your kids, turn that down, I'm trying to relax, right? So, young people, you know, they have dreams. And their dreams influence their desires and their ambitions, and they help help them visualize their futures. But then along the road, as we all know, you experience loss, you experience trauma, you experience adversity, and this sort of tempers your dreams and your expectations. So this is what happened to me. Going through cancer, it really fundamentally changed my perspective. It was a very rare cancer. It was called rhabdomyosarcoma. It was in the pelvic region, and it spread up almost to my lungs. So this meant I had to go through multiple surgeries, a full year and a half of chemotherapy, and then a month and a half of radiation. And I wanted to communicate this. I said that if I get through this, what I'd like to do is share my experience with people. And music does that. It allows people to tap in to an experience that is completely foreign to them. It allows them to relate to something that they've never experienced and connect on a very human level. So the music that I do is fundamentally about the human condition. Okay, so I've been speaking about this in an abstract way, so what I'd like to do is do a little experiment and get into why music is such a powerful tool for communication. And for this exercise, I need 2 volunteers, if that's possible. Can I get 2 volunteers? Yes, please. Oh, you can stay there. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to come see you. And do you have another volunteer? Awesome. All the way to the back there. Okay. I love people who volunteer for things and then they don't know what's going to happen. It's great. All right. So you guys are going to do a rap freestyle battle. You ready? No, I'm just joking. Okay. No. What I'd like to do is I'd like to illustrate why and how music is so powerful, right? So there's no big commitment. I just need to, you're looking very scared now. You're like, uh-oh, what have I done? I just need any 2 words in the English language from you. You can try to think of anything. Try to trip me up. Try to think of things that don't rhyme. But first of all, we'll start off with your name. What's your name?
Giovanna.
Giovanna. Please give a round of applause for Giovanna. All right. So I need any 2 words in the English language. Go ahead.
Candle.
Candle? Okay, candle. Okay, that's the first word. And the second one is?
Bagel.
Bagel. Montreal bagels. Welcome, everyone. All right, so candle and bagel. Okay, and okay, let me go all the way back here. Sorry, I don't have a lot of time in this presentation. So, first, your name, please.
Carol Ann.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Carol Ann. And I need any 2 words in the English language.
Spice.
Spice. Spicy bagels, all right. And?
Magic.
Magic. Spice and magic. Thank you very much. All right, round of applause for our volunteers. Sorry about that. Sorry you were the butt of my joke, and I probably created some anxiety with the whole freestyle battle thing, but thank you for being good sports. Okay, so the first word was? Okay, candle. Second word was? Bagel. Okay. Third word was? And the fourth word is? Okay, candles. This is very random. Candles, bagel, spice, and magic. Okay, give me 1 second here. All right. You got to stretch before you freestyle. Just get it in, you know? Okay, so as you can tell, this is an interactive presentation, so I'm gonna need your help with this, okay? Everybody say real hip hop. Okay, that was terrible. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. All right, okay. So we're gonna do this again, okay? So let's divide up the room. This is east side, okay? And this is west side, okay? And common hip hop courtesy, if you're feeling the music, just I don't need anything more. That's all I'm asking for. So if you're feeling it, okay? All right, so east side, west side. Let's try this one more time.
Check it out one time.
Is everybody ready? Say yeah. Can I get an amen? Thank you. It's very nice. Okay. All right. East side, say real hip hop. It's pretty good. Let's see west side. West side, say real hip hop. Okay, the first word was candle. I light the candle at every different angle like a vandal. I pursue the truth. I pick up the microphone and do it for you, for you, for you, and you from inside the booth. I do it like a bagel, never finagle. I come through so willing and able. I am the top horse in the stable. And when I rock it, I say started like a three-legged table. Yo, it's freestyle cause you got to know that I represent the island of the 514. That's Montreal. I hope you all enjoy the conference. IBSC conference with confidence. I pick it up and do it so nice like the sugar and spice. I do it so rice and I get it stir fried just like rice. I never roll the dice cause I'm always on point. The next joint, the last word was magic. That's what it was, right? Okay, so magic, never tragic. When I grab it, the microphone, I'm like a rabbit popping out the hat and I wave my wand and I hit the stage right now till beyond. So say real hip hop, real hip hop. Say real hip hop, real hip hop. There you go. So. All right, so music communicates with us in 3 different distinct modes, which is exceptional, right? Physiologically, it connects with us. We are rhythmic beings. We go through patterns, we go through cycles. From the day that we are born, our heart starts beating. And doesn't stop until the day we die. We wake up with the sun, we go down. We go to sleep with the sun when the sun goes down. Well, most of us. So rhythm has a physiological impact on the human body. When you listen to music that is fast-paced, your heart rate will elevate. When you listen to music that is slow-paced or has a slow tempo, it has a calming effect, right? This is why we like to wake up to Bach, and we like to celebrate listening to Metallica, right? So this has a physiological impact on us. That's the first mode. The second mode is an intellectual mode. So we're talking about the structure of the music, the way that it's composed, the poetic devices, the literary nature of the music, the poetry. Even if it doesn't have words or language in it, messages are communicated through the music. And we can analyze it and rework it. This is the beauty of classical music and jazz and genres that people see as sophisticated. There's a very intellectual component to understanding and knowing the music, right? And then the third mode, of course, is emotional spiritual. There's a reason why every major religion, every culture around the world use music in their hymns and their national anthems to express their cultural identity, because there's an emotional spiritual component. It can help us get excited and activated and rally together, or it can be a lullaby and help us drift off into sleep or comfort us in difficult times. So with the freestyle experiment, what I did was easy. I started the beat, immediately your tempo raised a little bit, okay? Then the intellectual component is just taking some simple rhymes, similes, metaphors, stringing them together, right? In a freestyle structure, putting the meter out there and saying the words to the meter. And then finally, the chords and the progression of the music tell you something. So it was bright and happy and uplifting, right? So those melodies and the disposition of the music and the harmonies that existed in the musical structure, they communicate to us emotionally. So it's these three things that really working together make music such a powerful tool for communication. And this is common through every culture, every tribe, every human being on the planet, every shade of skin, every hair texture and type. We can connect to music in this way. In the academic environment, I certainly feel that music has the ability to activate different parts of our brains and to challenge us. Art in general does this, but music is a profound gateway because everybody can get down with music. If maybe there's one genre that's not your particular favorite, but it has this ability to encourage us to think differently and to listen from a different perspective. It informs us. So, in my life, I've gone from an athlete in high school, playing basketball or rugby, football, or as the rest of the world calls it, or as North America calls it, soccer, running track. And that was my refuge, and then art became my refuge during my time with cancer. So the goal is to create or to educate our young people and to have them use all parts of their minds, right? So the left brain is generally associated with logic, sequencing, linear thinking, mathematics. The right brain is associated with holistic thinking, creativity, spontaneity. Allowing the development of these parts, it allows us to leverage each side of the brain with each other to become more whole human beings. So even if it's not your pedagogy, even if it's not your profession that you'd like to go into, it gives something to your formal traditional education. And I think this is particularly important with boys, because boys, they often feel attacked, feel isolated, but art and the study of art enhances the critical thinking and empathy, and it highlights the value of various positions. So it gives you access in a very disarming way. Encouragement, helping you uplift, helping you think, helping you cope with different perspectives and making sense of the reality. I think we all need that in this day and age. And that's what I did back then to help me get through cancer. And every time I face an adversity, I go back to music and I use the poetic process, the writing, to better communicate how I feel and to help me get through these times. Can you turn up the volume just a little bit, please? Thanks.
Jah only knows what this road can take. See Babylon try to bend and break me. Still I am grateful, don't mistake me. I know the journey long. Jah only knows where this road can take me. See Babylon try to bend and break me. Hey, and you know, no, we must carry on.
Yo, sometimes I feel lost out here, out where the wilderness is so unfair. It's unclear, my future and my past despair. It's right here, I feel it in the chest I bear. I fight fair, cause they can tell when you scared. We got bears out here trying to thrash your snare. I gotta ghost these dudes like disappear. Poof. I tell my empress not to stress, but the brother feeling it too. We got wolves out here hollering at the moon. We got hurricane pains and monsoon tunes. Got rhythm, but no time to write these tunes. Gotta deal with these goons, mountain lions who be army strange. Our leaders are defeaters and they acting deranged. We wonder why these kids are cynical for a change. Cause when they call on us, say yo, we way out of range. Could you put your hands together for me?
Still I am grateful, don't mistake me. I know the journey long. Jah only knows where this road can take me. See Babylon try to bend and break me.
Yeah.
Hey. And you know, no, we must carry on.
Listen, people take and they take and they take some more. And they lie and they fake hardcore. Wild animals and they ain't pathetic. It's pathetic, exchanging slavery for credit. I don't get it. Am I over empathetic? Bleeding heart to the ark of the sages. Land of the free and the children in cages. Slide back to fascism. We facing the ages of apartheid, civil rights, caste system. Prisons and guns in your hedge funds. I divest, I digress. Sometimes I regret not knowing less. I protest over boom bap. I'll only die for my loved ones. Forget rap. In wilderness we all leave with the leaves. We feed in the bees, live on in the trees. I am of God, that's a fait accompli, oui.
Jah only knows where this road can take me. See Babylon try to bend and break.
Yeah.
Still I am grateful, don't mistake me.
I know the journey long.
Jah only knows where this road can take me. See Babylon try to bend and break me. Hey, and you know, no, we must carry on, carry on.
We've all been through struggle and adversity, but one thing for sure,
We must carry on, carry on.
on the up it.
Jah, no, we must carry on, carry on.
Thank you guys so much. All right. So for thousands of years, people have been using music as a tool for communication, to educate about culture, to bring people together in solidarity, to celebrate, to mourn. There's something intrinsically, fundamentally human about music and what it can do. Art, particularly music, connect humanity. You can see it on the tree right there. That's my favorite slide. So, I hope you're not too tired of the music. This one is another song that I used to motivate myself. I wrote it to motivate myself, but I think everyone can relate to it. Sometimes lack of motivation is the real killer with people with their ambition and dreams. And I was very fortunate to have a great support system and go to a great school. But I continue to make music to support and to motivate people. And here's another selection. Does anyone like that song, Old Town Road? Okay, good. Just was asking. No, later. Talk about that execution. Talking fresh like revolution. Guillotine with the team. Roll ahead with the movement. I'm killing the planet, they call it pollution. I'm ducking, I'm cutting, I'm rushing, they call it collusion. That's a double entendre. I'm cold like the tundra. Get it done, get it did, kid. That is a mantra. I got a dream by any means. This is how we live. X to the king, getting them euro like Rainbow, that Roy G. Biv. Y'all give me the light. I see the whole spectrum. Some cooking election. I know that you know. You call it inception without a question. Jesus, this is perfection. One in a billion, like this is conception. Get it done. Get it, did. Do it big. Doing it big. I'm going way over your head. I know you heard what I said. get it done. Get it, did. Try to catch on to the chorus right now. It goes like this. This that motivation for you. Can you say that for me? 1, 2.
This that motivation for you.
Perfect. Listen. I know these others hating on you. Destiny is waiting on you. This that motivation for you. Can everybody say it with me right now?
This that motivation for you.
Do your thing, man. This that motivation for you. I know that brothers hating on you. Destiny is waiting on you.
This that motivation for you.
Brunello Di Montachino. This that immaculate flow. This a spectacular show of solidarity. That is the reason I'm rapping it for. We not the same, man. Forget the fame, man. Change the game, man. Over and over with the same plan. That's the same, man. Spray the rain dance. Make they body drop. I'll fix your frame, fam. Like I run the body shop. Don't never not. Give it everything you got. Give it every shot till it pop. Never ever stop. Cause these haters like gravity. They try to hold you down. What I'm supposed to do? Lay up and stay up on the ground, dodging round, snatching crown. Every time I come around, hear the sound on the ground. Plus they gonna let you down. So sink in the swing. We have to win. Where to begin? Right at the end. No one in time. We gonna find that revolution that comes from the grind. Get it done. Get it, did. Do it big. Doing it big. Hey, I'm going way over here. I know you heard what I said. Get it done. Get it, did. Do it big. I'm doing it. Can you sing it with me? It goes.
This that motivation for you.
Try it one more time. Say.
This that motivation for you.
Hey.
I know these brothers hating on you. Destiny is waiting on you. This that motivation.
One more time. Everybody say.
This that motivation for you. Do your thing, man.
This that motivation for you.
I know these brothers hating on you. Destiny is waiting on you. This that motivation for you.
Thank you guys. Wow. You know, I rarely rap this much so early in the morning, so thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, so to summarize, music is a tool for communication. Music is a tool for healing. Music works in 3 distinct modes. It affects you physiologically, intellectually, and emotionally, spiritually. It's a gateway that allows people to be disarmed and to entertain new perspectives because it connects with you on so many levels. And because the world is changing and power dynamics are changing, we're going to need more communication. We're going to need more solidarity. We're going to need more human understanding. And I believe art is at the forefront. And you all are really at the forefront because what you're doing is you're educating and preparing the next generation, giving them the tools to heal their communities and to heal themselves. So I did this song in the beginning, but I really want you to listen to it with new ears, from a new perspective, thinking about what I presented in the past 40 minutes. So this is a song called Keep On Fighting. And it's for everyone. It's for the individual, it's for the collective. And I just want to thank you guys very much for lending me your eyes and ears and time on the continuum. And I hope to see you all again very soon. I want to know what's going on. I wanna love like there's nothing wrong. And the news unfurling, and the wind keep whirling, and the devil's learning, and he's teaching it so. Where we day, we are out here, where we there. We out here, where we there. We out here, and we keep on fighting. Make we keep on fighting. Me want get free from the liars lying with the sheep and the lions trying to defeat. With some inner learning, there's no sleep. 'Cause the world keep burning. Where me day, we out here. Where we day, we out here. Where me day, we out here. Let us keep on fighting. Make we keep on fighting. So, I've been doing these conferences for a while, a little bit all over the world. England, US, Singapore, bouncing around. But I'd like to take a moment after this to talk to each and every one of you. If I have the time, I'll stick around all day if I have to. So come see us. We have a table just outside. Where we day, we out here. Where me day. We out here. Where me day. We out here. And we keep on fighting. And we keep on fighting. Everyone just snap with me. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. It really means a lot. Thank you. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Connect with me on the Instagram or the, whatever it is these kids are using these days. Connect with me. You can just look me up, Jonathan Emile, and come talk to me and my team. It's been a real privilege. Thank you so much. Hal, thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Thanks again for working with us. All right, no problem. Seriously, great time. Awesome, man. Thank you. Is this yours? Yeah, it's mine. I'm a little different.